When it comes to giving news, when you have to look for analysis, especially when you look at the Indian cricket team, no one quite does it better than Ravichandran Ashwin. Whatever he speaks on his YouTube channel, it does become news because somewhere down the line, whatever points he makes has an opinion, or he does talk sense, or some people might not be able to make sense of what Ravichandran Ashwin says. Because Ashwin is quite forthright in his thinking, what he feels about the current situations, what he feels in the world of cricket. Now recently in his YouTube channel, he had a special video where he spoke for 22 minutes on a lot of topics in cricket. New Zealand's performance in the UAE, then how England could afford to drop Harry Brook and get in Ben Stokes. That entire messaging, how England dealt with Ben Stokes' return to the ODI setup. All that was spoken in. But the primary focus of his interaction in that YouTube channel of his was on the Indian cricket team. He spoke about Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma as to why they are not been picked in T20Is. Why are they only playing ODIs, and that too in the West Indies series they didn't play all of the ODIs. Rohit batted at least in one, Virat didn't bat in any of them. So at this point, Ashwin made some very interesting comments about the team composition that is there. And also about the fact, oh, you have to get somebody in, you'll have to get all of the players in, exciting talent must be given a chance. Ashwin has given one very practical response to all of that. He first begins by Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. Now remember, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma have not played any form of T20Is ever since the end of the World T20 in 2022. We all are feeling that perhaps they are been sidelined for the next generation of players to come in. That is probably the reason the Indian team management is probably looking beyond the likes of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma in T20Is. But Ashwin has given a practical suggestion in this entire thing. He says, both of them skipping T20Is and getting ready for the World Cup is a good decision. This is the 50 over World Cup year. Playing T20Is actually does not make that much of sense for a lot of players. I mean, we are looking at workload management, we are looking at rotation. One of the few positives in that is maybe you need not play T20Is. You just have to focus on ODIs and tests. Remember, tournament centric, format centric, these kind of things do work. But in the case of the Indian cricket team, they sometimes tend to overdo it. They know their cricket and they should concentrate on the 50 over World Cup. So the rest that Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma are taking when it comes to the T20Is is a good decision. Because if they want to play T20Is, they can take that decision after the end of the World Cup, which will happen on November 19th. Remember, from this point on, after 24th of August, all the way until November 19th, we are going to see only ODIs as the major focus in world cricket. Not many are going to play T20Is, not many are going to play tests. ODIs are going to be the only thing which teams will focus on. So, them not playing T20Is is an actually good decision in that sense. Now, about the India squad. We all know at this point in time that the India squad for the Asia Cup is going to be announced at 1:30 p.m. IST on Monday. We know that most of them might come in. We don't know the entire makeup of the squad, but we do know is that KL Rahul is fit. He is most likely slotting back in. Shreyas Iyer also, we are looking at him probably being included in the squad subject to fitness. Now, if you want a backup, you want to include all upcoming talents in the Indian cricket team, where is the slot? That is what Ravichandran Ashwin has pointed out. You want to include the likes of Sanju Samson, you want to include the likes of Tilak Verma, you want to include the likes of Yashasvi Jaiswal, you want to include so many of the youngsters. How do you fit them in? That too so close to the ODI World Cup, how can you give them a chance? Because you saw in the first T20I, Yashasvi and Tilak, the inexperience factor hurt them, and that is why India nearly escaped in that first T20I in Dublin. Ravichandran Ashwin is stating the same thing. Indian slots are full. Where will you bring in three left-handers? We are all stating, right? Bring three left-handers in. Oh, we have to have our batting order has to be varied. How are you going to get in? Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli. Their places are cast in stone. You're not going to drop any of them. If KL Rahul is fit, he slots back at number 5 rather. Hardik Pandya is at 6. Jadeja is at 7. That's it. Number 4, you're potentially looking at if Shreyas Iyer is fit, then he comes in. If not, Surya Kumar Yadav. At max, you can get in Ishan. How are you going to fit in 3 left-handers in that Indian top order? It's impossible, because you're not dropping Shubman, you're not dropping Rohit, you're not dropping Virat. Ashwin's suggestion is valid. Where are you going to play 3 left-handers? That is the thing that all of us will have to think. On the current system, when every player is in the Indian team setup, you only have Ishan Kishan. How are you going to even slot him in, considering that all your seniors are kind of back for the Asia Cup now? The thought of drafting him, they are saying, oh, Tilak Verma, why can't he come into the ODI setup? That can only happen if KL Rahul and Shreyas Iyer is not fit. If both are declared unfit for the World Cup and for the Asia Cup, at that time, Tilak Verma can be thought of. That is the situation. Practically, emotionally, just because he's contributed in 3 T20Is against the West Indies, you can't immediately parachute him into the team. But stranger things have happened in Indian cricket. And trust me, there are reports floating around, even Ashwin could be paratrooped. If that is the case, then Indian cricket surprises us on an every given day basis. Then if you have to look at it, in this way, there is a left-hander in the top order. Where do you slot him? According to Ravi Shastri, he said Virat Kohli should bat at number 4 so that we can accommodate a left-hander. He cited that in 2011 and in subsequent series, Virat Kohli did bat at number 4. His average was 55. Now for a decade, Virat Kohli is your number 3 in ODIs. How on earth are you suddenly going to ask him, Virat, drop down to number 4? Because we need to accommodate a left-hander. Now, that left-handed theory is quite outlandish, because if KL is not available and you have to have a wicket-keeper option, then the only left-hander that comes in is Ishan Kishan. Shreyas Iyer is the pillar in the middle order. You cannot drop him if he's fit. So, at max, we are all saying, oh, we should get a lot of left-handers in. How will you get them in? Because, let me once again make it clear, as far as role play is concerned, KL Rahul, Ishan Kishan, Sanju Samson are vying for that one position. Shreyas Iyer and Surya Kumar Yadav are vying for one position. How on earth are you going to accommodate them all? India is not going to play with 22 players on the field. India are only going to play with 11 players. You are playing 11. If everybody is fit in the ideal world, it is going to be Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli. Then you'll have Shreyas Iyer, you'll have KL Rahul, then you'll have Hardik Pandya, Ravindra Jadeja. Lower down, you'll have to make a lot of changes in that sense. Maybe you'll have to get Shardul Thakur at 8. Then either of Shami or Siraj has to sit out then, because you're playing 2 spinners at max. You're either going to play, you have to play Ravindra Jadeja, you will get Kuldeep Yadav in also, or Yajuvendra Chahal, or Ravichandran Ashwin. Whatever matters in that sense. So, just for the sake of having variety, you cannot overlook the current existing system and talent at this time. So, he's quite right in saying that if KL is not available, you'll need a wicket-keeper backup. Who is that wicket-keeper backup? It is, at this point, Ishan Kishan. There is no one else. If Sanju Samson doesn't do well in the 2 T20Is like today and on Wednesday, I think you have looked past him. And unfortunately, in an ODI World Cup year, Sanju Samson ends up getting judged on T20 performances. Forget that. In the T20 World Cup year, he got judged on ODI performances. That is the accursed luck of Sanju Samson. So, in a way, if you look at it, Ravichandran Ashwin is really given some very practical situations when it comes to the left-hander situation. Also, when you look at it, the Asia Cup squad selection, lot of speculations are around. We'll all come to know on 21st of August at 1:30 p.m. who all make it. And by that logic, whatever is the Asia Cup squad, that is 99% most likely even your provisional World Cup squad as well. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget we're on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Thank you.